Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The program will begin in 5 minutes. Please take your seats. The following is a presentation of the Boone Area Chamber of Commerce. Live from downtown Boone in the historic Appalachian Theater, welcome to the 4 Under 40 Awards, presented by the Boone Area Chamber of Commerce and made possible by Appalachian Commercial Real Estate. Please welcome your host, David Jackson.
How are y'all? Everybody good? Excellent. Well, good evening. On behalf of the Boone Area Chamber of Commerce, I am pleased to welcome you to the 7th Annual 4 Under 40 Awards. And the last time we did this in this building, it was COVID. There were like 12 of us here, so please clap whenever you would like to, okay? All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Since we started this event 6 years ago, 96 local professionals have been recognized as emerging leaders poised to move our community into the future. Tonight, we're excited to add 16 more stories of success and inspiration to that list. Educators, business owners, nonprofit professionals, and our rising stars, all making significant contributions within their professions with an eye on providing a deeper community impact. We are pleased to have you with us this evening to learn more about the attributes and accolades that make up the 4 Under 40 class of 2023. We welcome you inside this beautiful facility, the Appalachian Theater of the High Country, our second time in this venue. Again, I remind you, 200 of you roughly in the crowd before, 12 of you last time. We like where we're going with our numbers, all right? So thank you all for being here. We would also like to welcome in the audience watching at home on our live stream. We thank all of you for your support of the honorees in this endeavor. Tonight would not be possible without the support of our sponsors, the Horton Hotel, Appalachian Regional Healthcare System, and Appalachian State's New River Light and Power. Thank you for creating this special evening for everybody. A round of applause for those folks. Tonight's award sponsors are Spangler Restoration, Mass General Store, First Horizon, Beach Mountain Resort, and the Stacy Pineda Real Estate Group. All of those helping to honor tonight's guests. Thank you very much. It's at this time that I will ask our business owner and education professional nominees to make your way backstage over to my left as we prepare to recognize our first groups of the evening. Get them back there. That's right. Now, 4 Under 40 has no deeper supporter, no one who believes more in the mission of supporting young professionals as they become the anchors of our community. His business has been a part of this event since the inception, and we appreciate his willingness to work with our team to ensure it continues to be one of the Chamber's signature community programs each and every year. It's my pleasure and privilege to introduce the president and founder of tonight's title sponsor. Please welcome Mr. James Milner of Appalachian Commercial Real Estate.
Thanks, Dave. Good evening, everyone. To those watching on our live stream and to those here tonight, my name is James Milner. I'm the president and owner of Appalachian Commercial Real Estate. Appalachian Commercial Real Estate provides sales, leasing, consulting, and appraisal services to owners and users of commercial real estate. As David said, I've been part of this since the inception, and it is really my favorite part of the year to take the time to recognize the efforts and abilities of young people in our community. I want to thank the Boone Area Chamber of Commerce along with the other sponsors for continuing to support this event. It's extremely important to me that we recognize the accomplishments and achievements of the young people in our community. The partnership between my company and the Chamber allows this to happen in a meaningful way. I do want to close in saying that I offer my congratulations to all the nominees here tonight. In one way or another, you're shaping our community, and that you will continue to serve our residents, students, visitors in unique and creative ways. Your leadership is apparent, and I wish you my sincere congratulations on your recognition here this evening. Welcome.
Ready to give out some hardware? All right. So business ownership, the trials and tribulations of entrepreneurship. Not easy in this post-pandemic, inflation-influenced environment that we live in today. And all the more reason that our first group of honorees are not only great examples of leadership, but also of resilience. Spangler Restoration helps us recognize this year's 4 Under 40 finalists in the categories of business owner. Our first honoree has worked to bring the local agriculture and food-producing communities together with a convenient brick-and-mortar marketplace that has served over 15,000 customers in its first year of operation. Over 4,000 locally produced products are featured inside Corbett's Produce, and her team works creatively to share products and recipes featuring local goods to their growing online and in-store audiences. She's involved in the leadership of several community nonprofit boards and trade associations, and her family was recognized with the 2022 Ellie Tuckwiller Award during this year's Watauga County Farm City Banquet. She holds a degree in ag business from North Carolina State University and is the owner of Corbett's Produce in Deep Gap. Please welcome Alex Brown. Our next honoree is single-handedly working to combat the child care crisis in our community. She started Kid Cove Preschool in 2018 with 30 children enrolled. Just 5 years later, she has grown her business to feature 2 Boone locations that serve 105 children with preschool and hourly drop-off services. Kid Cove meets the needs of local families in the summertime as well, adding 75 camp spots to their role. With an eye on the future in high country expansion of preschool for children, she also plans to open Abide Academy this fall, a private academy for K-12 students. She holds a bachelor's degree in early childhood education from Kaplan University and a master's in educational psychology from Purdue. Please welcome the owner of Kid Cove, Haley Hartley. Our next honoree works with young children as well, empowering young athletes, especially women, by cultivating confidence and strength, both physical and mental. She opened Mountain Elite Cheer and Tumbling in 2020, offering classes and clinics to boys and girls from beginner to advanced. She started the High Country's first competitive cheer team and now has 3 teams traveling to competitions across the Southeast. Coach is just part of the story. She's employed full-time at App State, where she is also pursuing an MBA, and she is a full-time mother as well. A graduate of St. John's University up in Queens, please welcome the owner of Mountain Elite Cheer and Tumbling, Amanda Hood. She's not here. Yeah, we're good. Our final honoree in the business owner category actually owns 2 businesses here in the High Country. After a career at Samaritan's Purse and a local real estate agent time in there as well, the entrepreneurship bug bit hard. She purchased Mountaineer Mania in 2020, leading the iconic King Street store through an extensive remodel. In 2021, she joined with a partner to purchase the Mast Farm Inn and has worked to preserve and enhance that historic facility while also returning the property to its roots as a hub for community inside Valley Crucis. A bachelor's in international and global studies from the University of North Carolina, a master's in poli-sci from App State, yet it's her lifelong home that she has worked tirelessly to enhance and preserve. We'd like to recognize tonight the owner of Mountaineer Mania and the Mast Farm Inn, Melody Pineda. Quick story. So Mel's partner, Bert, had a recent knee surgery, and he is at home recovering, and they are watching on the live stream. So when I count to 3, can we say hello, Melody? Can we do that? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello, Melody! All right, thank you very much for bringing the excitement to her. She sends her regrets, but needed to be with her family tonight. So, without further ado, how about a round of applause for our business owner nominees for 2023? It's my pleasure to welcome Mr. Ben Kaufman, the Emergency Response Coordinator for Spangler Restoration, to present tonight's honoree.
Thank you, David. So, as a leader in our own right, our own small right, in the High Country, it's our privilege to be able to announce tonight. Many of our employees know what it takes from navigating the challenges of COVID to starting up a business to running the books in late hours. And having done so, it's our privilege to be here and just to be able to present with you all tonight. And so, without further ado, this year's Business Owner Award goes to and the winner of the 4 Under 40 Award for the Business Owner is Haley Hartley of Kid Cove.
This is so cool. I am so honored to be up here. I don't know. I kind of practiced what I would say in case I won, but now I forget it all. So I just want to say thank you to every single one of these people out here who came to support me tonight. You guys are the backbone of Kid Cove, and I can't do it without you. And then I guess just the biggest thing I have to say is if you have a dream, do not stop at anything to make it come true. So thank you.
One in, we've already got tears. It's going to be a tough night, y'all. Tough night. All right. Boone and the High Country have helped connect people to their professional paths through education. While the mountains may serve as the backdrop for those formative years spent honing skills, perfecting the craft, learning to ski, what's the right trail, how to get to Rough Ridge in the dark, best place to view the stars on the parkway. I mean, we joke, but it's the educators in our region that help students stay focused on the mission at hand and probably answer a few of those earlier questions as well. Mass General Store assists us tonight in presenting this year's 4 Under 40 Award for the finalists in the category of Education Professional. Our first honoree is a proud member of the faculty at Green Valley School here in Watauga County. Green Valley School, yeah, all right. I told y'all you can clap for anything this evening. She serves as a Title I math teacher there. She earned her Foundations of Math Instruction certification in 2019. That same year, she began as a regional coach for the North Carolina School Improvement Project, aimed at improving literacy and math instruction for teachers across the state. She is a product of the North Carolina Teaching Fellows Program and became a nationally board-certified teacher in 2019. She holds a bachelor's degree in elementary education from the University of North Carolina and earned her master's degree in education and teacher leadership from the University of Phoenix in 2015. Please welcome Melissa Miller. Our next honoree was hired as the Director of Communications and Public Relations for Watauga County Schools in 2016. He is a native of Watauga County, Mabel Elementary and Watauga High proud. Any cheers for Mabel or Watauga out there tonight? Thank you. We're trying to be equitable in our cheering for the local schools. With past experience as a local government and education reporter for the Watauga Democrat, he has helped transform the methods that Watauga County Schools uses to communicate to parents and students alike, and the community as a whole. He has been recognized by the North Carolina School Public Relations Association, including Blue Ribbon Awards for graphic design and electronic media. He was instrumental in keeping the community informed about the various changes to procedure Watauga County Schools experienced during the COVID-19 pandemic. Please welcome Garrett Price. Our next honoree has served as a dedicated faculty member of higher education institutions across the High Country for the last 12 years, serving as a full-time instructor in accounting at both Lees-McRae and Appalachian State. He currently works where his career journey began, serving as a full-time instructor in accounting at Caldwell Community College and Technical Institute, where he also serves as the director of the Accounting and Finance program. Outside of the classroom, he has led numerous study abroad trips and has been involved in curriculum creation and campus leadership positions throughout his career. He serves as the controller for Boone Golf Club and has lent his experience in the field to numerous on-campus and community efforts across the area. He's a two-time graduate of Appalachian State University. Please welcome Matthew Sawyer. Our final honoree is an associate professor in computer information systems at Appalachian State and serves as the director of the Master of Science in Applied Data Analytics program. He spearheaded the department's cybersecurity concentration, one of the growing curriculum tracks inside the Walker College of Business. He's published 19 articles and made over 30 academic or professional presentations and has been successful in several grant awards. He holds a PhD in information technology from the University of Nebraska at Omaha and recently received App State's Board of Governors Award for teaching in 2022. A current member of the Watauga Leadership Challenge cohort, please welcome Dr. Jason Shong. A round of applause for these education professionals. Thank you. It is my privilege now to recognize Susie Green, a community communication specialist at Mass General Store, to unveil our honoree.
Hi, everyone. I just want to say, first and foremost, thank you for being here tonight, and congratulations to all of our nominees. The future of our community leaders and the education that they receive from ground zero is of utmost importance to Mass General Store. So we just honor and thank you guys so much in the part that you play every step of the way. Preparing for this tonight, I was reflecting on how I have been able to have a piece of my education in every institution that's represented here tonight. So that is particularly cool for me. But with no further ado, let's see who the winner is. The winner of the 4 Under 40 Award for Education Professional is Garrett Price of Watauga County Schools. Congratulations.
Goodness, thank y'all. I really appreciate that so much. I don't even know what to think. It's funny, I was saying earlier, it's been my privilege now for several years to write these nominations for this award on behalf of the school system. So I kind of have an idea of the caliber of people that we typically nominate for this. So when I got a nomination in my inbox, I called David because I thought there had to be a mistake and I must have hit the wrong button and nominated myself. But he was very gracious. He was very gracious and talked me off the edge. But seriously, I feel immensely honored to be here tonight and to be surrounded by such worthy, exceptional people. I'm especially proud to be able to share the stage with my colleague, Melissa Miller, who's a teacher you heard at Green Valley School. She's an exemplary teacher, and she deserves this recognition in every way, more than I do. She's an outstanding educator who puts the success of her students above anything else, and I'm proud to be able to call her a colleague. Thank you. I'm so lucky to be able to work alongside people like Ms. Miller, educators in public schools who have dedicated their lives to their students, people who live for their kids and who have been entrusted every day with the sparks that will one day build the fire that will fuel the leaders of the next generation of this community. And it's a really special thing to witness. Thank you. And it's my particular privilege to be tasked with being able to shine a spotlight on these people. I told a group of graduating 8th graders one time, it's my job, I guess, to make Watauga County schools look good. And because of people like Ms. Miller, it's an easy gig, and it's my privilege. I'm a proud product of Watauga County and this school system, and it was teachers like Sharon Breitenstein at Mabel School and Sarah Miller and Ron Hopper at Watauga High School who instilled in me the curiosity and love for reading and writing that gave me the self-confidence that allowed me to be able to bluff my way into this position that I'm in right now. And I'm forever grateful to them, and I see their legacy played out every day in our schools and dozens of teachers and hundreds of students. I think in a lot of ways my career has been just kind of a long list of people who are willing to take a leap on me, and I want to say thank you to one of those people tonight, our superintendent, Dr. Scott Elliott. About 7 years ago, I was working for the Watauga Democrat, and I was writing education news, and it was fun and exciting, and I got to be in schools all the time, and it was the best part of the job. And if any of you have ever been into schools, you're probably going to run into Dr. Elliott, and I was a lot. And he was saying to me, soon we're going to be hiring a new communications director, and if you know anybody that you think maybe would be good at that job, you really should tell them to reach out to me. And I said, that's nice. And I didn't really think anything else of it. And I went home and told my wife, and she said, maybe he's saying that you should apply for that job. And I did, and so I'm here now. But it hadn't occurred to me before that I would be equal to anything like a task like that. And I'm so grateful to my wife, Megan, for encouraging me to do that, and for Dr. Elliott to taking a chance on me. I've always been lucky in my life to be surrounded by people who believe in me with no question. They believe in me to a fault. When I was a kid and I wanted to learn to play the guitar, no question, you can do it. When I wanted to learn to play the mandolin, no question. When I learned to play the banjo, there were some questions, but they were fair. And when I said I thought that I could probably write the newspaper, of course, they'd be lucky to have you. When I said that I might be a good hand at school communications, absolutely, go do it. Never a question. And everything I have, I owe to my mama, Kim, and my sister, Haley, and my wonderful wife, Megan, who has always told me that I was smart enough, that I was good enough, I could do anything that I could set my mind to, even when they knew that probably wasn't true sometimes. And I don't think I've deserved hardly any of that praise, but the confidence that it gave me has been such a gift to me. And I hope in some small way I'll be able to impart that on my daughter and to this community that's been so good to me. So thank y'all.
Count on a journalist to write a speech like that, right? All right. Tonight is not just about recognizing the up and coming. It's about thanking those that made it all possible. The Respect Your Elder Award was created to honor a community member that has provided inspiration, emotional support, expertise, and has helped build the confidence of the emerging leaders of today. It's my pleasure to introduce Amanda White, Vice President of First Horizon, as we recognize our 2023 Respect Your Elder Award winner.
Well, good evening. My name is Amanda White, and as David said, I'm the branch manager of First Horizon Bank. And I, along with my team who is out there, are very pleased to be able to present the Respect Your Elders Award tonight. When we use the word elder, I think of a leader, someone who has made a difference, a positive impact on others. This wonderful community we are part of has many such people. Having to pick just one a year, well, that's a decision I'm glad I didn't have to make. You don't have to live here very long before you come across these people. People who care for the good and positive growth of our community. People who share their vision for this place we call home. People who bring others along with them as they see what needs to be done and do it. I know I have been influenced by such leaders as in this community, as have each of you. It's now time to present this year's Respect Your Elders Award. And to do that, I'd love to invite James Milner up on stage to do the honors, because he happens to know this year's winner a little better than I do.
Thanks, Amanda. Even though I married a dance teacher, I have to admit that I know very little about dance. She's here tonight, and I know she'd be super proud if I could do a tap shuffle ball in front of you all. However, I will sadly disappoint both her and all of you. What I do know are the contributions that this year's Respect Your Elder Award winner has made to the young people of our community, in this case, some of our youngest. As a fellow entrepreneur, I've come to admire her ability to be everything to everyone. Among many things, she is a teacher, a listener, a counselor, a guide, a director, a friend. There are few people in this community that can attest to 4+ decades of ownership. That in itself is something to be very proud of. After being trained with the Charlotte Youth Ballet Company, Kay Harkins moved to Boone to work at the Land of Oz. After graduating from Appalachian State University with an art degree and settling down in the area with her husband, Andy, she saw the need in the area for a dance studio, which opened in 1981. What started with a dozen or so students in the first year in less than 1,200 square feet has now grown to more than 200 students and nearly 5 times the size of the first studio. 2 of those first students still take dance to this day and are still involved with the studio. With spring ballets starting in the mid-90s to their first Nutcracker performance in 1999, Kay has invested deeply not only into this community, but into the lives of each student and their families. It is truly amazing to think that a third-generation student now takes dance from what started 42 years ago. Studio K has become an institution that is not only a second home, but it's a home in a loving environment where dance is expressive and joyful. K has given an outlet to those that want to dance. That first dozen or so students has now grown to thousands that have been taught many of life's lessons at an early age. With time, love, and instruction, I, for one, along with many others, have to believe that our community is a better place for the investment that she has made in so many lives. It is an honor and a privilege to present this year's Respect Your Elder Award to Kay Harkins' Studio K Dance Workshop.
The best part. I didn't know this was going to happen. I had no earthly idea. Yesterday, my daughter calls and says, wear something nice tomorrow, because we're going to do something, and I didn't know where we were going. But what a nice honor, and especially from my son-in-law. This is amazing. And about the best thing I can say is I am totally surrounded by love. I don't know that there's anybody in Boone that can say that they have known so much love and so much joy. And I think it was Charlie Chaplin that says, I have never had to go to work a day in my life. It's amazing. Other as I think I've always kept the motto of God first, family next, job next, and I'm the luckiest person in the world that all those 3 things are piled into what my life is. I love you all. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm shaking.
I have to applaud the Milners and the Harkins for keeping that a secret, because everybody knows Kay. So it's like, how can we orchestrate this and make that work? So what a special tribute. So thank you to James, and thank you to Amanda for helping with that. At this time, I will ask those Rising Star and nonprofit business honorees to make your way backstage. I tell you what, I think the Appalachian Theater is going to invite y'all back, because y'all are a confidence-inspiring audience. While they make their way back, an opportunity for us to share some information about 2 other chances for engagement with area professionals through the Chamber. For those of you that are familiar, the Watauga Women in Leadership empower high country women in business and leadership in all stages of their career through events, networking opportunities, educational programming, and mentorship connections. There is a true opportunity for engagement for any woman who works for a Chamber member business. Their next event is scheduled for Wednesday, April 19th. 19th. It's a Coffee Connections event at the Chamber office focused on mindful wellness. You can get more details at boonechamber.com. Perhaps most relevant to this group, we are happy to be reintroducing High Country Young Professionals. Clap for that. Those of you that are age appropriate may clap for that, all right? Fosters community through purposeful pursuit of education, growth, philanthropy, and meaningful connections. If you are a young professional, now don't ask us to define young, all right? You may be young in your heart, that's great. When it shows up in your hair, then we have to have a conversation. If you're interested in learning more about the group, they'll be holding their first event Tuesday, May 2nd from 5 to 7 at Booneshine, and more details can be found at boonechamber.com for that. All right, we are ready to continue with our awards presentation. There are those in our community that are the strength behind the action of our most successful businesses and organizations. They may not own the company, but the company could not do the job without them. Beach Mountain Resort presents this year's 4 Under 40 Rising Star Award finalists. Our first honoree cut his teeth in the journalism field prior to graduation, serving as a staff writer and eventual editor for the Appalachian. He began writing for Mountain Times publications while still an undergrad, and today, at just 24 years old, he serves as the editor of the Watauga Democrat, Watauga County's paper of record for the last 135 years. Last year, the Watauga Democrat was recognized as the top finisher in the paper of general excellence category by the North Carolina Press Association and earned second place for general excellence in newspaper websites from the same organization. He's earned numerous individual honors from the North Carolina Press Association and routinely shares his expertise with high school and college journalism classes. In addition to his skills in print, he is a member of the Deep Gap Volunteer Fire Department and a member of the Watauga County Rescue Squad. Please welcome Moss Brannon. Our next honoree serves as the Director of Hotel Operations for the Horton Hotel. She is a service industry veteran, acting as the opening general manager of Hellbender Bed and Beverage in Blowing Rock at 24 years old. In her time at the Horton, she's helped the hotel expand revenue over $100,000 beyond their initial projections. She's a graduate of Queen's University in Charlotte, where she was recognized 3 times by the McCall School of Business Leadership Award Committee. She has continued a mentoring spirit here in the High Country professionally, working with the Women of Walker program at Appalachian State and the Blowing Rock and High Country Young Professionals organizations to establish various networking and career-building opportunities. Outside of work, she is a coach with the High Country Soccer Association, working with boys and girls ages 8 through 10. Please welcome Abby Carson. Our next honoree has spent 5 years as a business risk consultant for Granite Insurance here in the Boone market. He is viewed as a leading risk advisor for home builders in the High Country. He earned a promotion early in his time at Granite after achieving over $100,000 in sales revenue in his first year with the company and has achieved professional designation as a certified insurance counselor. He's an active member of the Boone Area Chamber of Commerce membership and young professionals committees, and he's a current participant in the Watauga Leadership Challenge cohort. He was educated here in Boone as well, holding a BSBA in risk management and insurance from Appalachian State University. Please welcome Nathaniel Johnson. Our final honoree is serving her 5th year as Business Development Manager for Spangler Restoration. She provides key resources through a caring and compassionate lens, and she works with families and businesses that are managing disaster and loss. She has worked to establish the Spangler brand as a helpful community partner, actively engaging in the organization in outreach through volunteer activity and community support. A graduate of West Virginia University, she has been involved in leadership with nearly every chamber of commerce on the planet, it feels like, and currently serves as an ambassador role for the Blowing Rock and Caldwell Chambers of Commerce. She was recognized as Marketer of the Year across the Spangler organization in 2019. Away from work, she has been a passionate volunteer with organizations like Adopt a Highway, the Watauga Humane Society, and the Ronald McDonald House. Please welcome Ashley Kimo. To recognize our honoree, I'd like to welcome the Chair of the Board of Directors for the Boone Area Chamber of Commerce and Director of Marketing for Beach Mountain Resort, Talia Freeman.
David didn't prep me for all the emotions I would be feeling tonight. I love this event. It's so special. I'm here proudly representing Beach Mountain Resort. And, you know, we realize the importance of empowering young leaders and providing opportunities for professionals to build a life right here in the High Country. There's no greater community than Boone. We were all once a young leader at some point in your career, and someone made you feel empowered. They made you feel supported, and they made you feel rewarded for your dedication. That feeling of empowerment likely motivated you and is a catalyst for your success today. And probably the reason I'm feeling a lot of these emotions because I remembered that feeling of empowerment and support that I got when I started at Beach Mountain Resort. I mean, it's a powerful feeling. Keeps people in Boone. It's exactly what we need to be doing. So fostering the growth, rewarding these achievements of our young community leaders is exactly how we're going to sustain this area for years to come. I'm lucky to work for a company that values young leaders, and I'm proud to be here today. And I'm proud to present the 4 Under 40 Award for Rising Star. David, where's the drum roll? Something? Oh, I like that. Yeah. Okay. This year's, our 4 Under 40 Award for Rising Star is Ashley Chemo.
Thank you. Kay? Where is Kay? Hey, Kay. Christmas Eve, actually, I think James called me and you were dealing with a disaster, so it's nice to finally meet you. My mom came here. She's a surprise to me, and I remember when I was younger, she used to do my teacher-parent conference, and they always said, Ashley talked too much. So now you can go back and tell everybody in my hometown that your little girl actually did something with that talking. So anyway, thank you guys so much. In the company of so many great leaders and nominees, I am truly humbled and honored to be receiving this important award. Though I am extremely grateful for the recognition, I have to admit that I'm not very good at receiving compliments or recognition for my work. To me, it's about doing the very best I can for my clients who depend on me every day. And if their experience could somehow be better because Spangler was involved, then I received all the recognition I could want. My background is in property management, and though that experience, I had very limited view of what the word restoration meant. Like many of you, I thought that the word restoration meant drying of water damage and the remediation of mold, and that's it. When I was first hired by Spangler, I joined with the only motto that's still at the top of my LinkedIn page, hustle harder. I may not have known what an air mover was, or how to clean up a crime scene, or the properties of soot and how it can damage a home. But I knew I wanted to help people recover from what was likely the worst day in their lives. Well, it's going on 5 years now, and I've come to realize that what we truly matter in lives is our clients. Many of you know that my family experienced our worst days early last year when my dad's house caught fire after his passing, only 4 days. It was then that I realized that hustling harder isn't just for me or for my company to hit a certain sales number. To me, hustling harder means doing the very best for every single one of our clients who call in and don't know what to do next when a disaster strikes. To me, hustling harder means networking and becoming a resource for anyone who needs anything so I can meet their needs, whether Spangler offers the service or not. Hustling harder means to simply do the right thing, and then the business and recognition will come. Having said that, I could not be here with the unwavering support of my family, my friends, and my colleagues. Whether it's the love I need to hear from my family at the end of a hard day, the goofy fun I get to have with my local friends, and the everyday assistance I count on with my colleagues, I thank you for challenging me, strengthening me, and driving me to be better in every area of my life. While I may be the face of Spangler to many of you, it's because of them I am the person I am today, and I'm standing here receiving this award. I want to especially thank our mitigation teams who worked tirelessly around the clock during the days and months following Christmas during the deep freeze. During this event, our Western North Carolina teams worked to assist roughly 300 clients who experienced a water loss, whether it's small or large, many of whom are Boone Chamber businesses or members at large. So on behalf of Spangler Restoration, the Western North Carolina mitigation team, my family, friends, and colleagues, thank you for nominating me and ultimately finding me worthy to receive this award. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, one last group remains. 4 achievers that help provide foundation and lasting stability to our community, and the people that seek their services and expertise. Philanthropy is baked into the High Country DNA, and tonight's honorees represent the very best in the work ethic and integrity that helps their organizations stand out. The Stacy Pineda Real Estate Group helps us present our final group of finalists tonight, our nonprofit professionals. Our first honoree has spent the last 14 years as finance director for WWAMI Community Action. The staff at WWAMI came to know her first as a client through the Total Family Development Program. Working to attain her accounting degree through Caldwell Community College and Technical Institute, she was a young, single parent raising a child with health challenges. The WWAMI staff immediately noticed her drive and ambition and quickly pounced on the opportunity to hire her full-time. Now she manages a $2 million annual budget with all of the funding complexities through various state and federal grants that WWAMI receives. In 2019, she received her nonprofit management certification from Duke University. She is involved in Kingdom Overflow Ministry, helping low-income families with home repairs and other needs. She is also a youth sports coach through Watauga County Parks and Recreation. Please welcome Brittany Luxton. Our next honoree serves as the project director for the Northern Peaks State Trail through Blue Ridge Conservancy. He has advanced both public awareness and private planning of this project quickly since joining the BRC team in 2022. In his prior professional life, he worked as a licensed real estate broker with 828 Real Estate here in downtown Boone for over 3 years, serving clients with skill and diligence. He was awarded the 2021 Mountain True Volunteer of the Year Award from past 4 Under 40 Award recipient Andy Hill. He is also an active volunteer with the Western Youth Network, in addition to spending as much time outdoors as he possibly can. Please welcome Jordan Sellers. Our next honoree serves as health strategist for App Healthcare, the community's public health agency. She has been the key bridge between the business community and navigating between public health challenges like pandemic responses, the opioid epidemic, and the importance of creating a trauma-informed community. She has been a key figure in creating and planning the Watauga Housing Forums and the eventual transition to creating the Watauga Housing Council. She has also spearheaded the Stable Workplaces Initiative, which is close to a community-wide launch and will provide staff training and leadership development for evolving businesses in our community. She holds a bachelor's degree in psychology and a master's in social work and community and organizational practice from Appalachian State University. Please welcome Lindsay Sullivan. Our final honoree of the evening is the Executive Director of Blue Ridge Women in Agriculture. She was hired in January of 2020 and was instrumental in guiding this key community support organization through the onset of the COVID pandemic. The organization was impactful early during that time, focusing on creating pathways to market for dozens of farms in our area, keeping many of them in business during that process. The High Country Food Hub saw a 700% increase in sales during that time, and more awareness for the work of Blue Ridge Women in Agriculture has led to further program expansions with efforts like Local Food as Medicine, Double Up Food Bucks, and the Food Hub satellite program launch, just to name a few. Her strategic vision has helped introduce new markets and new programs to Berea, and her fundraising and revenue generating efforts have helped triple the size of her valuable staff in just 3 years' time. Please welcome Liz Whiteman. A round of applause for our nonprofit professionals. It is my privilege to introduce our final presenter, a professional that stands by her name so much that she put it right there on the logo. To recognize our nonprofit honoree, please welcome Stacy Pineda.
Good evening, and thank you for letting me be here this evening. It's my privilege to celebrate with those who love these folks, these exceptional people. As a real estate broker, I've learned a lot from millennials and how they select their criteria for their homes. You value the importance of less stress, enjoy local good food, sharing life with the community, being passionate about your causes, and making sure your house has a place to hang the kayak. The four finalists here with me exemplify all these qualities while also forging the way in leading nonprofits that require funding, creativity, focus, employing their passion for the good so that all in the community can enjoy all these good things. I celebrate each one of you. David said, though, only one of you can win. And the winner is, thanks, David. Brittany Luxton.
I really like to be behind the scenes, so I'm not good at speaking. Allison Jennings, our development director, likes to keep me front and center of the paper and social media. But I would like to say thank God first for being here tonight. It's taken a lot of work to get here. I would like to say thanks to my family, my friends, to my coworkers, and because Melissa's retiring, thanks to her. She's been at WAMI for 31 years. She has led me to so many different things and taught me so many different things, and I wouldn't have made it without her. And also, I would like to say thanks to my Uncle Bob, who's in heaven celebrating.
Before we get set to conclude tonight's program, I'd like to take just a second. One more round of applause on behalf of all 17 of our honorees tonight. I think it goes without saying that community leadership has never been more important than it is right now. Tonight's honorees are doing great work, making the High Country stronger for their efforts, and we thank them for all they've done and will continue to do in making our community a better place. As soon as I wrap up, I'd like to ask all of these finalists and sponsors to return to the stage for one of the quickest post-photo events you will ever see. Thank you again to our title sponsor, Appalachian Commercial Real Estate, our supporting sponsors, New River Light and Power, the Appalachian Regional Healthcare System, and the Horton Hotel. Our production tonight comes from the excellent team at Jackson Sumner and Associates. Thanks to Suzanne Livesay and George Ansack and the entire crew here at the Appalachian Theater. Thanks to our chamber team for all of the hard work in putting this night together, and for each of you for believing in these fine leaders. We hope you have a great night. We'll see you again next year.